What is the history of endgame study composition? Have you ever wondered how endgame studies became such a fascinating part of chess? The history of endgame study composition is rich and intriguing. It all began in the 19th and early 20th centuries. Composers started creating unique chess problems that focused specifically on the endgame phase. These studies were not just about winning or losing. They aimed to illustrate particular ideas and techniques. In the early days, many of these studies featured tactical and geometrical motifs. Some even included unusual elements, like castling, as part of the solution. For instance, the Plotov brothers in the early 20th century explored different styles. They combined tactical play with geometrical patterns and themes of domination. Castling was sometimes used as a clever twist, although it was not common in actual games. As we moved into the mid-20th century, the Soviet school of chess composition emerged. This brought a shift in focus toward more aesthetically pleasing and logically oriented themes. Composers began to develop complex ideas that were not only beautiful but also educational. The studies started resembling practical endgame positions more closely, making them useful for players looking to improve their skills. Prominent figures in this field made significant contributions. André Chéron, a French player and composer, created over 300 studies. His work helped popularize endgame study composition as a serious art form. In the Netherlands and Flanders, composers like Johan J. van den Ende produced hundreds of studies that blended practical endgame principles with artistic expression. Endgame studies typically begin from a composed position rather than one from actual play. The goal is to showcase a winning or drawing technique that may not be immediately obvious. This often requires precise moves and careful calculation. These studies serve both as artistic creations and educational tools, helping players grasp complex endgame concepts. In practical terms, endgame study composition has greatly influenced chess training. It highlights important principles like opposition and Zugzwang, which is a situation where any move worsens a player's position. The studies often include surprising moves or sequences, challenging players to expand their understanding of endgame possibilities. Overall, the history of endgame study composition reflects a journey from simple tactical puzzles to sophisticated, logically driven works that blend art and science. This evolution mirrors the broader development of chess as both a competitive sport and a creative intellectual pursuit.